What is going on, Hive Warriors? So here we have Intermittent Fasting Doesn't Work, Part 2. Another TikTok video. Now, I'm going to start watching these first because I've realized that I think that I'm about to watch something, and then it ends up not being so much of value because it's something, it was like a bait and switch. Like somebody was like, why intermittent fasting doesn't work? And when you click the video, it's like, it actually does work. And here's why. And then it's kind of like, oh man, just like the dude that was with the apple cider vinegar. It's like, you know, how to burn fat fast. And then he's like, you see this, take this apple cider vinegar, take this lemon and put it to the side because you got to stop looking for these quick fixes. So it's one of those things where it's like, you know what? Okay, I'm gonna have to start watching these first to make sure that what I'm watching is what I'm expecting and then make a video off of that. All right, so this I've watched already, but we're gonna watch it together. And I love how these people, I love these videos. I love these how don't do intermittent fasting because that's the new trendy thing to say is don't do it because it was trendy to do it. And now counterculture, we're doing the trendy thing saying not to do it. I love these. So let's take a look at this video and let's discuss. Here we go.
My favorite topics to talk about because I am so against it. I think for a lot of people, it's easy.
First of all, the blazer that she's wearing is a little bit oversized. I don't know why she's doing that. Is this person a doctor or what? Doesn't look like it. Tastes. It looks like it's just a person putting out information. That's it. Okay, let's go.
Easy and beneficial to have fasting eating window times. What does that mean? Essentially what an eating window time is you're cutting off certain times where you are eating or not eating, which is essentially what intermittent fasting is. But what happens with IF is usually people just...
Okay, she's saying to do intermittent fasting, but also don't do intermittent fasting. She wants you to have eating windows, but she doesn't want you to do intermittent fasting. I'm telling you guys, these people do mental gymnastics to create some sort of a system to circumvent the popular trend or whatever it is. Like people just want to be anti-intermittent fasting, even if they're actually being pro-intermittent fasting.
Use it as an excuse to skip breakfast and then not eat until 12 or 1 o'clock, and then eat until, let's say, 8 o'clock. So this can create a very intense binge restrict cycle because you're not allowing yourself food and you could even be hungry at that time.
See, this is where these kind of things fall apart. So what she's essentially saying is don't eat at night and eat in the morning instead of eating at night. Now, I do understand, early time restricted feeding, which is still intermittent fasting, where you eat earlier rather than later. I do get that concept, and there's been a lot of studies with the circadian rhythm showing that there's positive benefits to eating in the morning rather than eating late at night. But the issue when you do this is you are just making broad assumptions. What if the person isn't hungry in the morning? I know so many people, myself included, that when you wake up, you're just not hungry. Like you could literally be hungry when you go to sleep, and when you wake up for some reason, you're just not hungry in the morning. So it's not an excuse to skip breakfast and then like, oh my God, I'm so hungry, but I'm skipping breakfast. This is my excuse. And then binge eating or overeating, that's to me is another ridiculous thing, because when people do intermittent fasting, it comes with a system, right? You know that you have to still be within your caloric intake. You know that you have to make sure that you're still eating high quality foods. A lot of people, like, that's part of the diet. Intermittent fasting is not just eat as much as you want. It leans towards eat what you like or eat what you want, but not eat as much as you want. Eat unlimited amount of food. That is not intermittent fasting. That's like saying what? I don't know. Like that's like saying the diet where you have to eat 6 meals a day to speed up your metabolism is 6 meals of whatever you want and how much you want a day. No. there's still structure within the meals that you're eating so that you can ensure that you are reaching your weight loss goals. So the super assumption, like, oh, if you don't eat in the morning, you're gonna binge eat. If you fast, you're gonna binge eat. No, that's not how it works. That's not how it works. You could say that for any diet. If you do caloric restriction, you're gonna binge eat because you're gonna feel like you're not getting enough food. So one of these days, after like 3 weeks, you're gonna binge eat. Like, stop using intermittent fasting as a scapegoat simply because of the fasting stigma that people apply to intermittent fasting. Let's continue.
And the more you're pushing off your hunger, well, it's like that snowball effect. It's going to tumble, and you're going to end up having an episode where you might feel like out of control around food and feel like you need to be eating everything because that's your only moment or opportunity to be eating.
And that would happen if you eat in the morning and fast later at night. It would happen the same way. If that logic, if you created a logical consistency, you're still fasting. You're still fasting. So why would you not feel hungry later if you fast? If you eat early in the morning and fast late at night, why would you not feel hungry later? You're still fasting. This is the logical consistency that they can never connect whenever they're trying to do these mental gymnastics to make people just not do intermittent fasting, but then say do this eating cycle switcheroo instead, which is intermittent fasting. So annoying.
So essentially, we don't want to be going through this binge restrict cycle. It also can be seen a lot of times in yo-yo dieting. So if you've ever done like keto or low carb, low calorie, things like that, essentially it's...
Somebody explain to me. Okay, she's saying low calorie. Okay, she's saying low calorie. If you are a person that overeats, right, and you have a certain weight because you're consistently eating at a certain calorie intake, when you cut that down, it's going to be dramatic for you. You're going to feel hungry because it's not going to feel what you're used to until you become used to it. Same thing with intermittent fasting. Same thing with the keto diet. Same thing with all these different diets. Until you become used to it, you're going to feel uncomfortable. You're going to feel like you want more. When you say low calorie, just restricting, just being at a caloric deficit feels like low calorie to somebody who eats a certain amount of calories per day and has done that for a long period of time. It's the same thing. All diets, every single one of them is going to feel restrictive. It's going to require some willpower. It's going to require some consistency. Stop getting caught up in all these lies that if you just do a normal caloric deficit diet, you'll be fine and you'll feel great. No, that's not what's going to happen. You're going to still have to adjust, which the reason why you don't eat like that is because your body's comfortable eating a different way. When you have to focus on everything, it's uncomfortable. This is something you have to create willpower for, something you have to create consistency for. All of them are difficult. All of them. It's either don't lose weight or be in a difficult situation where you have to try to do the thing that's the easiest for you to do. And for some people, that's intermittent fasting.
Not a sustainable approach to weight loss. What an eating window timing or window of eating is better because you're going to be...
It's not intermittent fasting, guys. My thing that I'm telling you is an eating window timing, or a timing of eating window, or a window that you eat when you look at the time, or a time when you're timing your windows, you eat outside of the window, in front of your window. Like, it's intermittent fasting, lady. Jeez.
Able to say, well, I'm going to sleep. I'm not really eating anyway. So you're already having a natural fast. I definitely recommend not going to bed on such a full stomach so that your body has time to...
So don't eat late at night, right? That's what you're saying. Don't eat late at night? Is that what you're trying to tell us?
To digest anything you've eaten throughout that day. Essentially also, as the nighttime comes, our body is slowing down the digestive process, so we don't want to be overloading it with a big meal.
She's essentially saying intermittent fasting. She's calling it eating window, cycle window eating, whatever she's calling it. But she's essentially saying intermittent fasting where you fast later in the day as opposed to earlier in the day. I'm sorry. Tastefully limmer. Tastefully limmer. You're talking about, you're saying how much you don't like intermittent fasting and then prescribing intermittent fasting. This is the mental gymnastics that people do to push against, to be counterculture. This is it right here, man. This is the stuff that a lot of them do. Like, they'll tell you to do intermittent fasting while also telling you in the same content that they're pushing out in the same video, they'll tell you how much they dislike intermittent fasting, how much it doesn't work, and how much it causes binge eating or overeating. You can't make this up. Anyways, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and hit that subscribe button because why are you guys not? Come on, guys. This is like, you know what I mean? We're giving you data, information, scientific research, everything that I talk about regarding intermittent fasting, regarding fat loss, regarding all these different things is based off of scientific data. Scientific data, guys. We don't talk with fluff. We don't talk about, what I did for myself. We talk about the information that exists, the scientific consensus. We look at the meta-analysis. So we give you the real here on Fledge Fitness. Go ahead, hit that like, hit that subscribe, and I will see you tomorrow. Peace.